Well, welcome back. Just an iconic moment, really, I think is the best thing that can be said. Katie Taylor, after years of performing at every single level, from the amateurs, the multiple European Championships, the World Championships, the Olympic gold, to just completely changing the face of women's boxing and boxing in some respects as well, returns home. May the 20th, the 3 Arena, live and exclusive on DAZN around the world. Just a moment that we will never forget. And I think her toughest challenge yet. We all know that the Amanda Serrano rematch was made. Amanda Serrano got injured. We talked about the possibility of waiting for Amanda Serrano, and that wasn't an option. In Katie Taylor's mind, May the 20th was set, and it was an opportunity for her to return home, something that she's always wanted to do. She stepped up, in my opinion, for a tougher challenge. This time against the reigning undisputed 140-pound champion Chantelle Cameron. Someone that we've worked with for a long time, someone that I know has been desperate for a chance to fight Katie Taylor for a long time. People in boxing have always said how good this fight was. People have always said, I don't think Katie Taylor will fight Chantelle Cameron, it's too dangerous. How big are the rewards? But for Katie Taylor, the rewards are huge because it's about legacy, it's about becoming a 2-division world champion, undisputed champion, and for Chantelle, it's about the biggest fight in women's boxing. We're delighted to join everybody up here on the table. Alfie Sharma from DAZN, of course, Jamie Moore, Chantelle Cameron, Katie Taylor and Ross Enemat as well, the long-term trainer of Katie Taylor. Alfie, firstly to you, what a run of events on DAZN, of course, coming off the back of a great main event at Next Gen on Saturday night. Anthony Joshua against Jermaine Franklin on DAZN on April the 1st. Jesse Rodriguez, April the 8th. Joe Cordina against Rakimov the 22nd. Tank against Ryan Garcia thrown in there as well. And this fight as well, part of the DAZN subscription, Katie Taylor against Chantelle Cameron. A huge run of events.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Eddie, and thank you everyone for coming out today. Yeah, I mean, we at DAZN love Katie Taylor. We've been working with Katie for a hell of a long time, and we're super excited for this event. I mean, whenever Katie fights, it's a big fight, and this is no different. Obviously, she's taken on an undisputed champion in Chantelle, and we're incredibly proud to be part of this historic event. I think what's been said quite often is you could have probably forgiven Katie for taking maybe an easier fight for this return, but that's not in Katie's DNA. So credit to both fighters, both unbeaten, and it will be a fantastic event ahead of, as you mentioned, a really strong schedule on DAZN. Obviously, Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, to name but a few, and this is just another blockbuster event, and it's great to be here in Dublin.
Thank you very much for your support. We look forward to a huge night and schedule upcoming on DAZN. Let's talk to the training teams now. Jamie Moore, welcome. I heard you speak to the media earlier. Huge amount of respect for Katie Taylor, but you said it doesn't matter who it is. You believe that Chantelle Cameron beats everybody, and you believe she defends her belts in style on May the 20th, and what will be an incredible night.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying the amount of respect that we have for Katie Taylor as a team. She's paved the way. She's paved the way for female fighters to be able to perform on this stage and get the rewards what they deserve. But I've said it for many years, ever since we teamed up with Chantelle, she's capable of beating any fighter in or around her weight division, and I truly believe that, and that's including Katie Taylor.
Obviously, speaking to the media earlier as well, you made no secrets about the fact that Chantelle's got to take Katie to uncomfortable places. She's got to close the distance and make her work non-stop in that fight as well. Clear-cut tactics that Katie Taylor, who is an outstanding boxer, that's not the tactics of Chantelle Cameron. It's to come and, even as the champion, almost rip that from Katie Taylor in her backyard and force her into a fight like that.
Yeah, there's certain fights where the tactics to victory, they're quite obvious. You know, I'm not going to send Chantelle out there and go, you're going to go and outbox Katie Taylor, because that's a near on impossible task to do. We've seen her pushed hard, but being pushed hard and being beaten are two separate things. You know, the Bassoon fight was close, but I still believe Katie won that fight. The Serrano fight was close, but I believe she just edged it. And you know, we're in a position now where we've got a few little ideas of how you can have success against Katie, but she has to be able to follow it through and do more than anyone's ever done before.
We've seen Chantel now headline at the O2. We saw her part of a huge card in Abu Dhabi as well. Those experiences key. I guess nothing can prepare her for the noise and the atmosphere, but you know her well and you believe she'll rise to that occasion.
Yeah, you can't beat the Irish fans. They're phenomenal, and we know we're going to be going in there in hostile territory, but I've never seen anybody as focused as Chantel Cameron is on, 30 minutes before the fight, on a ring walk. She gets into that zone and there's no stopping her, and I firmly believe that she'll come out on top.
Finally, you've been part of some huge fights, both yourself fighting and coaching as well. It'll be a special night, May 20th. Of course, I know you work very closely with Chantel, you've been through a lot together, but just for boxing, forgetting women's boxing, just a massive moment for boxing. And we look at the problems in boxing at the moment, the fighters not taking fights, the mega fights not happening. This is an example to everybody that if you want a fight, it can happen, and legacy should always be key.
Absolutely. We've just had a conversation with Brian Peters in the backstage, and I said, this is the type of fight where, we've been involved in fights for years, but this is an occasion. This is going to be a huge occasion, and, a lot of the times it's how you deal with that occasion, whoever comes out on top. Katie's been there and done it so many times. Chantel has now got a lot of experience under her belt, and she's undisputed champion, and it's the right time to make the fight. And stylistically, it's going to blend into an unbelievable fight.
Well, thank you, Jamie. Go to the opposite corner, Ross Element. Welcome. I guess many could say another day in the office, but there's something special about this, and Katie Taylor's a special fighter that rises to the occasion, and you expect the very best of her in the homecoming in Dublin on May 20th.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of people are saying that they're surprised that Katie's taking this fight, or why she's taking this risk ahead of the Serrano rematch. But the reality is, Cameron's not the only one that's always wanted this fight. Katie's wanted to fight her for the last 3 or 4 years. So this is something that she's always wanted. So I like when people say they're surprised we're taking the risk, okay, or that they doubt us, because when you doubt Katie, it just lights a fire. And she's motivated like right now, like I haven't seen, even more so than when we first fought Serrano. So a motivated Katie Taylor is a dangerous Katie Taylor. So right now is the perfect time for us to be taking this fight, and I'm excited about it.
A lot of people in boxing feel like this is a tougher fight than the Amanda Serrano fight. Obviously, one's orthodox, one's southpaw as well. Do you share that vision? Obviously, Katie fighting a bigger opponent this time around, and a very tough fight.
She's a bigger opponent, but she's not just bigger. I mean, Chantel, she's a tremendous fighter. She's obviously proven that. She's got a great engine. As far as the size difference, I'm not too concerned about it. Chantel was a lightweight before. We've gone up once as well, so it's not going to be about who's the bigger fighter. It's going to be about who's the better fighter.
Also, Jamie Moore talks about, pretty clear-cut tactics. Got to get in the trenches, got to bring Katie into a fight. I guess that's the tactic for most of the opposition that Katie's faced as well. But we expect a tremendous battle in all areas.
Yes, she's big, strong, and busy, but she's also skilled. So it does make for a difficult fight. I do agree. I think it's a tougher fight than Serrano. But Katie has proven time and time again that she finds a way to win. It's not just about skill. She's willing to go places that a lot of people aren't. Maybe they think they are, but when push comes to shove, she's shown it time and time again. And like I said, the world will see on May 20th the best version of Katie Taylor.
And finally, as well, we talked about Chantel needing to be composed in this crazy atmosphere. Is that the same with Katie, or just the experience is already there as well? Because this will be something else.
I mean, it's going to be wild, I'm sure, the whole week leading up to the fight, but boxing is unique. Once the bell rings, the two fighters in there on their own, and they got to fight. So as much as the crowd's going to be screaming, it's going to be in an electric atmosphere, they both need to get in there and do their job. So it'll be similar in some ways, I think, to the Serrano fight, where we couldn't even hear the bell ring. But at the end of the day, the best fighter came out on top.
Thank you, Ross. The reigning undisputed 140-pound champion, Chantel Cameron. Chantel, you've been very relaxed here today, very calm. Probably a moment that you thought may never happen, but it is happening. May 20th, you will defend your undisputed championship against Katie Taylor in Dublin, live on DAZN.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. I'm just buzzing to be in this position I'm in, and got to say all thanks to Katie, because women's boxing is flying, and if it weren't for Katie and Clarissa, none of us women would be in this position anyway. So obviously there's a lot of respect there, but this is my career and my legacy, and I'm coming to win, but I'm just so glad to be part of this event as well.
You talked about earlier on in front of the media about the legacy, and about this is the moment for you, really. Obviously, you've unified the division, you've become undisputed as well, but this is the moment for you now to go on and cement your legacy as one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yeah, definitely. Katie's pound for pound best woman boxer there is, and for me to have that challenge to box Katie and get the win, then I feel like I could walk away from boxing one day and think I've done it. I took out the best there is, and what an achievement that is for me. I've become undisputed. That was a goal, and now the goal is to take out the best there is.
Obviously, you've headlined at the O2, you've been part of some big nights in England. Abu Dhabi was a great night as well, but can anything prepare you for those 9,000 and some English fans as well? But that noise when you walk out in that banked arena at the Three Arena is just going to be such a special moment, but that excites you rather than puts fear inside you.
Yeah, obviously there's a little bit of fear. I'm relying on myself, there wasn't, but yeah, I'm hungry, I'm motivated, and then today when the bell goes, it's just me and Katie, so I've got to do my job in the ring.
Talk about England against Ireland. We know that there's a lot of split fighters. Terry went with Katie. Natasha Jonas, I heard, has been DMing you some tactics already as well. But a lot of people split on this fight as well in boxing over the years. People have believed you are the toughest challenge out there for Katie Taylor.
Yeah, I think I've got the strength and the power, and Katie's going to be my toughest fight. I'm not coming in there saying it's going to be an easy fight. Like, this is the hardest fight I will probably ever have. So I'm preparing for that as well, and that's what excites me and gives me that hunger. Gets me up in the morning, it gets me out winning, knowing that I've got the biggest challenge that I'll probably ever have in my boxing career.
Yeah, we talk about her coming to Ireland, how it will raise her game. Have you noticed the difference just getting up in the morning with that training? You're fighting Katie Taylor, you know that you have to put 110% into every single session. And like Ross said, we should expect the absolute best Chantel Cameron on the night.
Yeah, definitely. That's I feel like I've never had this motivation before. I feel like I'm going back to my amateur days where I first got into Team GB and had that excitement for boxing. And obviously in the pro career I've had some great fights, but boxing Katie Taylor, as I said, you don't get bigger than that. So if I weren't motivated, then I should have given up a long time ago. But yeah, I'm fully focused, got that fire in my belly, and just can't wait till May 20th.
Finally, I know you've been calling this fight for the last couple of years, but you said earlier as well that everything has led you to this position, those experiences of beating McGee, of beating McCaskill. You believe the timing is absolutely perfect for you to beat Katie Taylor on May 20th.
Yeah, I think I had a bit of frustration in my career when I was thinking, I'm never going to get the big fight, it's not going to happen for me. But when I look back now, I think it all happened for a reason, and them fights that I had, the tough fights, and got me the experience was all part of the process, and now it's giving that confidence going into this fight. But I think if this fight happened a year or two ago, I think it would have been too soon for me.
And you said earlier as well, in front of the media, they said, do you believe you win this fight? Your answer was just 100%, full of confidence and full of belief that you win this fight on May 20th.
I believe I'll win, yeah. I think I listen to my coaches, I make sure I do everything correct, then yeah, I'll win.
Katie, welcome. Just a quick visit from you, back from training camp in Connecticut as well. But you said earlier in front of the media, still have to pinch yourself that this is finally happening. It's real, it is happening in the Three Arena. You're coming home to not just fight, but to challenge for the undisputed 140-pound championship, to try and become a two-division undisputed champion. Biggest moment of your career so far?
Yeah, absolutely. It's incredible that I've trained to do fights. I'm finally making my own fight. Big time boxing is coming back to Ireland, and it's not just coming back with any ordinary fight, it's coming back with two undisputed champions going head to head together. This is one of the most exciting fights out there right now. Once I heard that Serrano was out, I automatically thought that Chantel was the obvious choice. Spotless career, undisputed champion. She has decided to make this another epic. This could be another contender for fight of the year.
It was unique from you. We joked earlier about actually calling a fight out on social media, but that's what it meant to you. We had our conversation amongst the team. We talked about delaying the Serrano fight. You said, no, I want to fight on May 20th. We talked about some standard defences, but you were adamant you wanted to bring a big fight home to Ireland, and obviously the ability and a chance to become a two-division champion, just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't understand why people are saying I didn't want this fight. One thing that has marked my career is I've always wanted the hardest fights. My first defence was against McCaskill. My Madison Square debut was against Pursuan, who had dominated the lightweight division for years. And then there's obviously Serrano, who was a 7-weight world champion. That's not to mention all the other different fights I've had along the way as well. this fight's happened because I want this fight. We could have went the easier route and actually chose an easier opponent, but that's not how I operate. I wanted those challenges, I wanted those fights, and now we're here, and this is my big homecoming show, and I have a chance to make history to become a two-weight undisputed champion. This will be the biggest night of my career.
I know you don't go too deep in analysing the opponents, but a lot of people say your toughest fight yet in Chantel Cameron. You go along with that as well? I mean, I know you've fought some outstanding champions, but young, fresh, strong, you know, and obviously a burning desire to beat you. You are a marked woman of the sport as well, and you always say you expect the very best of your opponents on that big stage.
Yeah, I think this could possibly be, like I said, another fight of the year contender. But ultimately, I do have more experience in the bigger fights. I have fought the better opponents, and I am going to be going in mentally, physically, and spiritually prepared more than ever. And please God, I do expect a tough fight, obviously, but please God, we'll be going on as a two-weight undisputed champion.
And finally, I know with all your success, you are the most humble athlete I've ever met, but it must be an amazing feeling to know that you're coming home, you know, your friends, your family, everybody, and just what this country and the people mean to you. Of all the achievements, you know, we were joking earlier about worrying about selling out York Hall. Now we're getting moaned at because 9,000 is just not enough. Headlining Madison Square Garden, boxing in the Barclays Centre, in Philadelphia, in Boston, you know, all around the world, throughout England. This is the moment, really, isn't it, for you? And you must be incredibly proud. I hope you're proud of what you've done, because this is the icing on the cake for just a wonderful career.
This is absolutely incredible. I am really pinching myself for the fact that this is actually happening right now, and we are people in this country who love this noble sport, and for a very small nation, we're very, very good at it, and it's so amazing to be able to bring big time boxing back to this country, and yeah, I have an amazing opportunity to make more history and be effective, and it is amazing. This is another huge milestone for female boxing, because a few years ago we were worried about whether we were going to sell out York Hall. Now we're talking about the 3 Arena being too small. This is absolutely huge, and this is just remarkable progress in such a short space of time, and I can't wait to step in there in front of my home crowd and make advantage.
Well, you should be very proud of your achievements, both of you should. When Katie Taylor came into the head office many years ago, we had no idea of where the journey would take us. I pretended I did, and told her all these things that we could do, and headline Madison Square Garden and come back and fill arenas in Ireland. And it's been unbelievable to see it actually happen. And it's happened because you have a true competitor in Katie Taylor. But to make those big fights, you need a dance partner. And Chantel Cameron has wanted this fight for many years. As Katie Taylor said, 2 undefeated fighters, 2 reigning undisputed champions. The first time in boxing that 2 reigning undisputed champions have faced off against each other. May 20th, 3 Arena, live on DAZN around the world, will be an incredible night, not just for Irish sport, but for all sport around the world. Tickets will go on sale next week. There will be an announcement over the next few days regarding pricing. We apologise in advance for them selling so quickly. Please don't call me, please don't call Katie or Chantel. Once they're gone, they're gone. We'll give everybody the best opportunity we can to access those tickets. Please stay locked to Matchroom socials over the next couple of days for full announcements. But get ready for a special night between 2 special fighters, showing boxing how it should be done, showing people that legacy is important, showing that if you want to fight, you can make it happen. A tremendous main event, a tremendous undercard, an atmosphere you will never see in boxing again, in my opinion. May 20th, 3 Arena, live on DAZN. We're going to face off up here now, and then both fighters available to the media. We'll see you soon.